Hello, I'll be showing you guys how to get no friction in Minecraft. So first, we're gonna have to find our y velocity. So it's a float, writable value. We just do unknown initial value. Now we just teleport ourselves 1,000 or so blocks to the air and just spam decrease value. You can set these hotkeys in your settings, but I have mine as F3, but you can do whatever you want. And once you hit the ground, you do increase value, and you're left with only 41 different addresses. We're going to want to focus on these values, the negative 0.07 values, because these are most likely our gravity or velocity values. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So we're just going to want to freeze some of these to see if the value's there. Once we start jumping and we get teleported back down, we'll know that we have the right value. But obviously these aren't it. So we delete those. Do half of these. Yeah. You see how our flying and jumping is a little weird? So it must be in here. One of these three. We can delete these two. Let's check them one by one. Not this one. Oh, it's that one. So we know that these two aren't, and this is the value that we're looking for. Yeah. Well, now we go into the memory region, and if yours looks like just letters and numbers, you don't know what you're looking at, you're going to want to go right click on anything, display type, and float. Should look more easier to understand. Well, here's our y value. This one's going to be our z value, or z velocity. I mean, I'm going to add this to the address list. I'm going to name it as z. And if we go to the next value here, this should be our x velocity. Yeah. Let's just organize these a little, organize them. And we can see that if we move in the game, you can see that these flash. So that's how you know that they're the correct ones. And how the addresses change. If we were to set this to 1, we get launched into the air. So we're going to want to see what accesses this address. So to see which one is the works with friction, let's test out this one. We're gonna replace with code that does nothing, and then we'll see. We'll move. It wasn't this one. Let's restore it back to its original code and test out this one. Oh, yeah, it's this one. No friction, no friction. But if we were to go Z in our Z axis, really slow, because we're only interacting with the X value here. But the good thing is, if we were to go to the disassembler, restore this back to its original code, we can see that this same instruction that works for the Z value also is here for the, wait, I meant X value, and then it's also here for the Z value. So we were to not these two, replace with code that does nothing. And this one too, replace with code that does nothing. We have no friction on either axis. We could just accelerate freely. Well, let's restore these. I'm going to want to make a script for these two. Let's start with the first one. Auto assemble, AOB ejection, same at X. And we'll save this. And then we'll do the same for the Z value. The Z instruction, I mean. And then this one Z. Save. The reason we did this is so that we can just take this AOB scan module, it does it completely for us, and we don't have to do anything. So once you've got both of these scripts here, you can just go into Tools, Auto Assemble, and Sheet Table Framework Code. Enable, disable, and close out of this. So we just copy this, or yeah, just copy this. We have X. Copy this one too. Z. And basically what these do is that it searches for these specific array of bytes. So this one is the Z one, right? So F3, OF, 11, 49, 20. You get it. Those exact bytes are here. And it's just scanning and looking for this instruction right here. So if we were to enable Z, yeah, you can see how in the disassembler it changes. We're basically going to do that, but we're going to combine these two scripts into one so that it's not too complicated. Since we only had to knot these for our no friction to work, we're just going to knot them both. So enable, so X colon define bytes. This basically means that we're just going to change these bytes to whatever we want. We're going to change these bytes, these exact bytes, to nops. So in this case, a nop would be 90. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nops. Let's restore to original code and define 9 90s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, I meant Z. Now that I look at it, I meant Z. And if we do the same for X, which is this one right here, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nops as well. X. Define bytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once we enable this script, these two instructions, they'll nop. But if we were to disable them, they won't go back to normal. You won't be able to turn it off. So once we disable these, we also have to restore them back to their original set of bytes. So X, define bytes, and then we just copy the first 5 bytes here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These bytes right here. And the first byte, first 5 bytes here too. For Z. Define bytes. Doesn't matter if you put a space or not, but let's go. Assign to current sheet table. So now, we can move these maybe. If we turn this on, you'll see how both of these instructions, they nop and they should go back to normal. Yep, they look normal. And if we turn this on, we move around, we'll have no gravity. I mean no friction. No friction at all. Then if we turn it back on, boom, friction, normal speed. I think maybe in next video I make, I'll show you how to use MULSS to be able to make a custom little setting that you can modify here for how much friction you have. So that'll be next video, maybe. That's if that's if that's if I want to, I guess. Alright. Hope this works.